Hello guys and welcome to another video. This is actually a different one than you'll usually see. You won't see me make videos like this. But I'm trying to do something different and something more interesting. We have 7 things you most likely probably knew but didn't know about the engineer Paragon. These are a few interesting pieces and things that I could find about the engineer Paragon that surprised me or I didn't know when first seeing it. Starting off at number 1, modified sentries can see camos but they can't hit camos. Now the wiki says that this is a bug and it most likely will get fixed in the future, but for now when I'm recording they cannot hit camos but see them. I thought this was quite interesting. I doubt it's meant to be in the game, so this isn't a thing that's going to be forever, but for now it's probably something you didn't know and I thought it was quite cool. Number 2, the Paragon actually overclocks himself. Now some people did know this, and it's the way that it gets the middle path in to the Paragon. It actually goes up by 10% attack speed every round, reaching 600% in 60 rounds, and that's where it caps off. So I thought it was actually quite interesting how they were going to put in the middle one. I didn't know, because obviously we know about the Overclock Paragon, or the engineer Paragon, way before it came out, and I was like, how are they going to do the middle one? This is quite a smart way to do it, but you can't really tell. I think there's a visual animation it does give off when it overclocks himself, but again, they didn't want to make it too OP, and if it had an extra overclock, it would be very much too OP. The Paragon itself has 5 different visual looks. I'll try and show 5 on screen if I can find them. I don't really want to have to make 5 Paragons, but if I have to, I will. So here's all 5 of them. They are, well, as you can expect, gets worse looking to cooler looking, but I thought it's a lot of detail. I think the other Paragons have just the same, but you probably haven't seen all of them, so I thought this was something cool to add to this video. Number 4, and you can tell that this is not in order because I think this is one of the coolest things. I knew you could do it to other things, but this is actually quite impressive. You can door gunner the Master Engineer's turrets, or Master Sentries. Now, in the video that I'm going to show you, this obviously isn't me because I can't be bothered. In the video I'm going to show you, he door gunners the red Paragon, but I'd extremely recommend the blue Paragon, as that is probably one of the strongest Paragons, or one of the, not the blue Paragon, the blue Master Sentries. It's one of the strongest Master Sentries going into the later rounds. As you can see, this is pretty crazy and it does a lot of damage. I am quite the jealous of the person that discovered this, because they've got, well, a lot of karma on Reddit, and you know that's very important these days. So I think this is going to be a big strategy to get higher rounds, although the Master Sentry is not very good at taking out some of the harder bads, the reinforced bads in the later rounds. Number 5, the blue sentry works just like the Mad, doing significantly more damage to Moabs. Now you might see it shoot and it has rockets just like the Moabs, but it also works the exact same way. Now this is the only tower or Master Sentry that doesn't do plasma damage. This is the only one that, apart from the actual Paragon itself, this does regular explosive damage and does much more damage to Moabs, which is what you're going to need for, you know, the later rounds. And that's why I think it's going to be so good for the previous number 4, the door gunner, because when it can chase around a Mad, or I mean a Bad, it will do just as much damage as it can, because they don't have massive range, these Master Sentries, and chasing it all around the map will do significantly more damage. Number 6, sentries can be practically placed on the track. Now, the way that the BTD6 works with sentries is they can kind of go anywhere, and this is because when you put down a sentry master, or you go top path on your engineer, you need somewhere to put your sentries, and if you have no room, then there'll be nowhere to put your sentries, and all the way to the end, you might actually not be able to put down any sentries. So they made it so sentries can go practically anywhere, and this also means that sentries can go practically on the track. So for things like the plasma sentry, the red one, it's a shotgun tower, so being as close to the track, or in certain situations, is actually the best. You can also move it around, obviously, when you keep placing it, but for a tower that's a shotgun, going on the track is actually going to be very beneficial, as it can do the most damage, although bads are so big that even being off the track slightly, you can do as much damage, but I thought it was still quite interesting. And the last point I can say, number 7, I wanted to make 10, but I couldn't find 10, is that the Paragon itself, the Master Engineer, does include the bottom path. I thought for ages, when I first got it, and since I've used it more, I thought it didn't use the bottom path. And I only just found out that it does, and they confirmed this in I don't know if it was a tweet or an interview they had, or a post just somewhere. They showed their tick list on the Paragons, and showing that they thought of the top path, the middle path, and then they thought of the bottom path, and they actually did. They said that the nails were a part of the bottom path, and that is what the Master Paragon itself shoots. So you might disagree with the fact that it doesn't have traps, so it doesn't count as a bottom path, but it does use nails, which is one of the parts of the bottom path, and therefore technically they did include every path into this Paragon. Anyway, that's it from me. I am streaming on Wednesday if you want to join me, but also just check the channel, go to my Twitch in the description if you want to see me stream other times. Apart from that, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share if you want, but join the Discord, ask me questions, join the community, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.